channel. It is Sam. Welcome to yet another video. I've been doing a lot of plant chores lately, repotting and just kind of like looking through my collection. I've noticed that I have a lot of really cute plants right now. Really cute plants in really cute pots. So I thought we could sit down and look at some of my favorite plants, pot edition. So my favorite plants and pots combination. You know what I'm saying? Plant pot combos. Let's go. And I have some plants here that I haven't shown on my channel in a long time. So I'm excited. I have a lot to show you to get through. So I'm gonna try not to waste any time or talk about each one for too long. Let's just get to it. No particular order. This is just like so funky, crazy. I'm obsessed with this right now. This is a look in my collection right now. Okay, this is Hoya Gianna. Is it gonna focus? How pretty is this? Sarah actually sent this to me recently. I love it so much. It has like these little textured golden feathers, or I think they're actually leaves, not feathers. It doesn't have drainage, but that's okay. I tend to put my more thirsty plants in vessels that don't have drainage, and it works out just fine. It was just like drying out so quickly. So I recently was like, I think this is the perfect plant to put in my new little glass pot. I love the way it turned out. It's on this little copper hoop trellis. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get another hoop trellis bigger than this one and put in behind it, and then attach these vines to that and have like another one going up here. But this Hoya grows so quickly, it's actually insane. I don't know that any amount of trellis or any size trellis would be able to keep up with his growth. But yeah, I just can't stop admiring this lately. I just love the sporadic nature. Okay, the look is really, it's cool. What can I say? I just feel like this little glass pot really adds to the character, and it's a favorite for sure. If you watched my last video, I'm going to show you what I did with that new planter, as well as the Hoya linearis, okay? The one that I unboxed, as well as the one that I had. The one that I had was rooting in this little plant swing. It's a swing. Now it did get broke, so I have to be careful. Jason like glued it back together, but it's very fragile. So we have to be really careful and cautious with her. I can't be swinging her around too much. But I had never seen a planter quite like this before whenever I picked this up. I would love to have more. If I find more, maybe I'll have to get on Etsy and like specifically look for this design, because you just don't really see planters like this. I am obsessed with everything about this. I love little dainty flower print, the color, and then the gold little stand swing. And so this planter, the Hoya linearis, actually looked quite nice in this. Like, I feel like that's a great plant for this planter, honestly, but I wanted to pot it up with the big one, so I had to take it out, unfortunately. But keeping that in mind, I wanted to make sure that the next plant that I put in here was something with a similar vibe. Definitely something trailing. This is my Hoya lecuminosa Super Silver, and actually I'm quite upset about this. This plant lost its roots last year. It had been rerooting in moss in a different planter, and then over the last couple of weeks I noticed, I don't know if you can see, the wrinkling and crinkling on the little leaves. Poor guy. So it's been doing well. It's been working really hard rooting and growing. Look at that beautiful like purpley pink new growth. It's growing so well, right? But the wrinkling was concerning. And so at first glance, the roots looked really established and healthy, but once I pulled it out, it had like white stuff all over it, and I wasn't really sure if it was, you know, a moldy fungus or if it was root mealybugs. So I don't know. It looked like root mealybugs to me. And once I got the root all apart and was really looking at it, most of the roots were dead. I did a whole treatment with peroxide and stuff, removed all the moss, and then I ended up putting it back in moss in this little plant swing. So y'all say a little prayer, send her well wishes that she can recover from this, because I really adore this plant. I truly adore this plant, this Hoya, but I have definitely struggled with the more like thin leaf little Hoyas. I find their roots to be incredibly delicate and easy to rot. So I will be devastated if anything happens to this, because it's like it was doing good and then it lost its roots, and then it's been doing so great pushing through over this last year, and now here we are, another setback, having to start over yet again. But in the meantime, she looks so cute in one of my favorite little pots, so she's definitely still on this list because I love her and I'm so proud of her despite her shortcomings. All right. How precious is this? So this is a very special plant to me. This is a wishlist plant that I was able to acquire last year, and it's a variegated Christmas cactus. I love holiday cacti, and I've wanted a variegated one for quite a long time. And Christmas cacti are really hard to come by for some reason. It's usually Thanksgiving cactus that are everywhere. So it's variegated and it's Christmas cactus. It's so special to me. But it was in this tiny little nursery pot, so I just recently moved it over, and I was having a hard time keeping up with the watering. Like, it's a very thirsty little guy. Holiday cacti are much more thirsty than like your standard cactus, like a barrel cactus. They do not hold on to water like a regular cactus does. So I thought this would be perfect. This little purple teacup that I got from a dollar store. I love just like pretty little things, but especially if they're purple or pink. Yes, please. So there's no drainage, but it's in a really chunky mix, and I'm a skimpy water these days. So I feel like it's the perfect mix. It's the perfect size for the root ball. Look, it started growing finally, and it's the most exciting thing ever. So initially it was putting off this little tiny leaf here, and I accidentally ripped it. I was trying to like get in my cabinet to do something, and I ripped with my nail part of the leaf off, but it immediately shot off another one here. Thank goodness. Look over my dry skin. Okay, it's from my dermatologist face ointment stuff, so just excuse that. And my wrinkly hand. Oh my goodness. Stop it. But yeah, I pushed off that secondary leaf there right beside the one that I ripped, and then look, here's another one. Here's another one. It's growing. How exciting is that? Because these little starter plants, like, you really never know how long they're going to take to get going. And I can see itty bitty little buds coming in on these ones too that I assume are going to be new leaves. But I just think this is the cutest thing, and once it kind of like drapes over and continues growing, I think it's going to be perfect, especially with the sun stressing on the new leaves, that pink purple color. I think it's the perfect fit. I have to be careful with her because we're not trying to knock off any more new leaves. I will be so mad at myself. Okay, let's do a couple of my kitchen window plants because they tend to be some of my favorites, like my favorite little planters and plants. I like to put in my kitchen window where I get to see them every single day. It's just like, it brings me a lot of joy, okay? This is my Maculosa SP. This plant produces the most beautiful little purple, like bright purple flowers with the little yellow center. It is gorgeous, like gorgeous. Now she's a little floppy right now because she was thirsty, so I went ahead and gave her a water. I'll be honest with you, I bought this pot and tray set for this plant. Like, I got them at the same time for each other because I just knew they'd be perfect, especially when it's in bloom. Like, it's just perfect. But this plant's root ball is a little bit, like, slightly too big for the pot. Like, it really needs to go in something a little larger. So it's in a south-facing window, so it gets a lot of sun. It dries out really quickly. And then this happens where it kind of wilts, you know? But I'm gonna have to find something. I don't want to move it out of my window for one, and I can only really fit small pots in my window. And I don't want to part with it. Like, I don't want to part the plant with the pot because I just feel like they're meant to be together. But this plant is growing so much. It kind of has taken a break lately on flowering, and it's just growing and growing and growing. Well, this is my first time ever growing a Maculosa. They are so cool. This is like a little lily pad. pot and saucer. How cute is it? I would love to have this in a purple. And then you see my little resin frog. Isn't he cute? But yeah, it's just been growing like crazy. I think it might be getting a little too much sun because when I got it, it had a lot more of this silver. It almost looked pink, like a pink silver. It had a pink hue to it. The leaves are super furry. Like it's a really fun plant to kind of pet. But because of that, I believe these are in the same family as like an African violet, which is pretty cool. It definitely feels just like an African violet to me. And then it also flowers similarly to an African violet. So they're cousins, I guess. Yeah, this is one of my absolute favorite plant pot combos right now, especially for my little plants. I think it's perfect. It's everything. Oh my gosh, I can't take it. Another window plant. He's usually blocked by my Thanksgiving cactus flowers. Like the cactus itself and the flowers kind of like cover this guy. But this is my white ghost euphorbia. Pretty sure I bought this pot for him as well, if I'm remembering correctly. This was a wish list plant forever, and I've had him for over a year, maybe a year and a half now. And yeah, obviously he's a pretty slow grower because he has a lot of variegation. Like, you know, I just felt like it was funny because the pot genuinely matches the plant, like literally. If you look at the colors in it and then the colors in the pot, and this is a cute little drip planter. You will notice I definitely have a thing for drip planters, the ceramic drip, as well as colorful planters and little plant stakes and crystals. See how it's like this bluey green color and the yellow, and it's literally the same color as the freaking plant. Like, are you kidding me? He's actually grown a lot though. These little side sprouts, he's popped out several new ones, and then the ones he had are growing pretty good. I feel like those are growing more than the actual plant is growing up, which I'm fine with that. This is like my favorite part of it, I think. I just really love that marble coloring going on there. This one's cute too, with like the dark green stripe going through it. But yeah, perfect little combo. So cute. Fun thing about this, it grows so slowly. I really think it can stay in this pot for a couple more years and be just fine. Is that a root? Maybe not, because I think there's actually a root coming out the bottom. Oh, okay. Maybe not. Another super special plant and pot. So I got this planter, I believe it was in Washington, D.C. at a little plant shop. It was really expensive, but I bought it like 4 or 5 years ago. Jason and I were there. I can't remember what for now. And we stopped by and I got a couple different planters and plants while we were there. I can't even remember the name of the place. I actually wanted a larger, they had this in a larger size, but it was like $50. So I went with the smaller one so I could also get some plants and stuff, you know. And I've loved it ever since. This has been one of my favorite planters ever since I got it. And it does have some like little boo-boos and imperfections on it. It's worn. Obviously, they didn't really put a coat. I don't think they put a coat over top of it. They just kind of painted it. You can see the terracotta like peeking through in different places. But and then it came with a matching drainage tray, which was just like so cool to me. I love that. But yeah, this is a very special planter to me, and I like to put plants in it that don't really require a ton of watering. It can dry out a good bit in between waterings, because if you're watering less, it's going to cause less wear and tear on the planter. But this pot ended up getting freed up when I got this lovely wish list plant of mine. This is a Variegated Peperomia polybotrya, and it is one of my favorites, okay? This is like one of my absolute favorite sets right here. Sets. You know what I mean? It's growing so well for me. I'm so pleased to say. It has given me multiple new leaves. This one is a little bit curly. I was a little bit concerned, but then it gave me this one and it's perfect. Like, look at that round chubby leaf. The variegation, oh, I like the all green polybotrya as well, but the variegated one I have been drooling over for quite a while. I'm really, really happy to have it in my collection. I'm trying to show you his newest leaf right here. There's another one coming in behind it. Yay! So they come in little and kind of like wrinkly, and then they grow bigger and bigger. I just knew this was the perfect plant for this pot. Look at it. I think they complement one another pretty well. Love it. I actually just created this little combo a week or two ago. Oh, it's been a couple weeks ago now, I think. I love it. I'm loving it. This is my lovely goldfish plant that produces the really cute little orange blooms that look like goldfish. Cutest blooms ever. I've had this plant. This plant was living in a little hanging basket from the plant shop where I got it, in really compact, like hydrophobic soil for about a year too long. Hung out way too fast. It really was never getting hydrated even when I would water it. So I finally found a pot worthy of switching it to, because if it wasn't going to be in a hanging basket, I really wanted it in a nice planter. Finally up potted it and given it some fresh soil and stuff, and I'm hoping that will start getting some of those pretty little orange flowers soon. But this pot has been taken up for the last like year and a half by a plant that I can't stand. I'm not going to say any names today, but I can't stand. It didn't grow the whole time it was in this, and so I really felt like it was such a waste. Like, this beautiful eccentric planter was going to waste. Like, it's too wonderful to just go to waste. It's this lovely ceramic. It's very heavy. I gotta be careful. And it came with this drainage tray. I love a good ceramic pot that comes with a drainage tray. Like, if it's funky, cute, cool, colorful, any of those things, and it comes with a drainage tray, sign me up. Like, I'm a fan. So I think they suit each other quite well. I understand that the vines kind of hide the pot a little bit, but I actually kind of like the look of like just like the different tones of brown just kind of like peeking through here and there between the vines. I really like it. I think it looks really cool. Yeah, so I mean, look at it. He would like push out a couple blooms every couple of months, but just a couple. I'm used to my goldfish plants flowering kind of like my lipstick plants, like constantly and all over. So it made me sad to see that. So hopefully now he can push them out everywhere and live his best life. But awesome. All right, finally, here is my new glazed drip little pink planter and my new Hoya linaris, whom I've also potted my original little one that I had in the swingy planter from my last video. I potted them together. Mine is longer, but the new one is fuller, so they're working together. Love it. I think I'm gonna get, I don't know, I feel like this, I'm not like really big on the macrame plant hangers anymore. I burnt myself out on those, I think, a couple years ago, but I do think this would look really nice in a macrame plant hanger of sorts, or some type of cute little plant hanger that it could set in that would display the pot and the trailing bits of the plant. So we'll see where she ends up, but I think it looks quite nice. It'll obviously look a lot nicer once it fills out a lot more and, you know, is trailing a lot more. But what do you guys think? I think that was a pretty good match for this pot. So yeah, there we go. I finally have a full pot of linaris again, and I'm just like so happy. For the last 2 years, at least, the linaris has been like scarce. It's been hard to come by, and I'm not sure why. Like, I could not find them at all online anywhere for at least a year and a half. I would find like literally a couple single node cuttings for like $50, $60, $70. Not kidding. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't, because they were popular years ago. You could get a full hanging basket for like $60 or $70. So I was just like, what is going on? What is happening? So I finally found one and my heart is quite content. Okay, another one of my favorites. Oh, I'm obsessed. This is, oh my gosh, I forgot the name. Freak. Begonia something. I just lost the name. The name of this guy, I'll put it on the screen. Regardless, I love it. And he has big, round, saucer leaves, bumpy texture, and these long, hairy petioles. He's amazing. And so I paired him with this super funky, amazing mushroom planter. He's just a fun guy, you know? The texture, like that's detail, okay? That's detail. It's very cool. And I adore this plant. It has been so fun watching this guy grow. Look at all the new babies down here coming in now. They start as itty bitty and they just grow and grow and grow. And eventually they're like this. I mean, it is so cool. I am really a sucker for this guy. It's just been so fun to watch them come in and grow bigger. And yeah, it's really fun. So, a favorite for sure. Wish I could remember his name. I have some like little name cards, tags I need to put in a couple of these guys because most all of my houseplants, like I know the freaking name of them, but there are a select few that I don't, if I'm not saying them constantly, they slip my mind and I'm like, what was your name again? This is one of them. So, it happens. Okay, similar to that one, we have another little saucer begonia. And I don't know what happened. My grow lights were out for a couple days because we got new internet and they had to like drill and they unplugged everything. And I'm a little concerned because I just pulled him out and there's like several leaves that died and he's wet. So I'm afraid that he sat in here in the dark while he was wet the last couple of days and that could result in some issues. I think it did result in some issues. He normally looks better than this, but this is Begonia conchifolia. Again, another saucer begonia, another really cool saucer begonia, just without so much texture going on. This is more of a smooth leaf, whereas the other one is like a furry textured leaf. And you have the like red little bullseye in the center of the leaf. I love this guy. But yeah, he's looking a little down right now, unfortunately. So hopefully I can get, see, there went another leaf. Yikes. He's throwing a little bit of a fit on me, and this typically, normally isn't a temperamental begonia, but he's proving otherwise right now. He's not very happy with me, clearly. Anyway, I really, really appreciate a nice little footed planter. This one's kind of basic and just like whatever, it's gray, but I still think it's really neat. I would love to have one of these in a larger size as well. And see, this planter doesn't have drainage, which is normally perfect for this plant because it dries out quite fast. But seeing as how it wasn't getting any light for a couple days after freshly being watered, that is a little concerning to me. But he's been doing fantastic forever since I got him in this pot until now. So hopefully he gets it together. Okay, hopefully I can like fix this. So many dead leaves I've pulled off just today. Isn't it cute? Like I feel like this kind of looks like a UFO putting its little feet down to land. And then you have the saucer leaves. So really good match, really funky, really cool, really cute, really quirky, if I do say so myself. Have to do this one. This is my Peperomia maculosa. I love this little peperomia so much. Just ignore that. We don't really know what that's about. This was one of his newest leaves right here, and it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And then this is another new leaf because there's two different plants in this pot. Because I was having some issues with the leaves coming in like kind of funky and messed up. or with like spots on them. I've been giving them my plants some extra nutrients, and that seemed to really fix the issue. Oh, the silver veins on this are so beautiful. I also really love the matte look of the leaf and the shape of the leaf. And you guys know how I feel about my purple, just the color purple in general, but especially purple planters. Like anytime I can find a purple ceramic planter, especially with any type of like detail or marbling or drip, I'm gonna buy it. And this one also lives in my kitchen window, so I can look at it every day and keep up with the watering and stuff, you know. We have this little snake guy down in here, which I just think adds a little bit more character. Oh, we've got a mushroom as well. I didn't even realize that was in there. Yeah, we got a mushroom as well. Cute. This is one of my Anthurium viterifoliums. He's crazy. And this is just like the cutest little ceramic planter. This one does have drainage. Like, it's just so cute. I bought this for him as well. A lot of these plants I buy the plant and the pot the same day, like purposely to put them together. And that's what I did. I bought the plant and the pot. And yeah, he's lived there ever since. He actually needs a water, so I should probably get on that. It's cute, a little orange and white. This reminds me of something. I'm not even sure what. Like what kind of, like a honey pot or something. It's very cute. They go together, you know? Okay, I showed this in a recent video, so I'm not going to spend too much time. But this is one of my favorite pots. Another drippy planter. It's got all of my favorite colors going on. We got pink and we got purple. So good. And we got this cute little begonia just chilling down in here for now. And it's so cute. I love the dark leaves. I think the dark leaves, the funky shape, polka dots, the red backs, it just all kind of vibes together with the colors and aesthetic of the pot. So will it live in here forever? No. Probably won't be in here too long actually, and I'll have to move it up. And I'll find another adorable plant to fit in here, probably even better. But I'm obsessed with this pot. And I really love this plant, so it had to be on the list. It had to make the list. This little goldfish plant had to. How cute. Look how cute. It is growing so much, you guys. It's insane. Like, look at that. It was like spacing out a good bit, and then I moved it in my plant room. And now the leaves are coming in really close together. I am going to need to chop this guy soon. Like, it's just one strand coming out of the pot, so I want it to like branch out. So I am going to propagate soon, and then I'll probably put it back in the pot. But I think he is the cutest little thing sitting on the shelf, just like dangling, trailing down with this little funky two-toned blue pot. And it does have drainage. Pretty sure I just got this at Lowe's, like a cheap little Lowe's planter, but I think it's really cute. Okay, this is my philodendron golden crocodile, and this is my antique planter. It has the date somewhere, I think. This is from like the 1950s, I believe. Don't quote me, I'm pretty sure it's the 50s. I got this off of Etsy. And I'm not gonna lie, it's been kind of difficult finding plants for this pot because it's small. It's really, really small. And I don't know, I've just had a hard time finding like the perfect plant for it. So I've got my golden crocodile down in here for the time being. It's gonna come out and go up in a bigger pot pretty soon. But for now, I am enjoying it, like the way that it sets. And this reminds me a little bit of the teacup from Beauty and the Beast. It doesn't have the handle, obviously, but that's what it reminds me of. I love it, love it, love it. This is another one I would love to have in a larger size. It's pretty like minty green, and then this very textured, creamy off-white. And then the inside of the pot is the same minty color. So you can't really see that much, but it is beautiful. I'm obsessed. There's no drainage. That's okay. It's fantastic. So once I move this guy out, I'm gonna need to find like a better suited plant to go in here. I think it looks quite cool, but obviously all the leaves are facing this way and it kind of blocks out the pot. And from the back, it doesn't look that good. But yeah, this was a rescue from like Walmart, I think. I actually don't remember where I got this at, but it was teeny tiny and it was on clearance, I think, and it looked like terrible. And it's like doubled or tripled in size, and it's looking pretty good. So the new growth is coming in quite nice. So yeah, he's cute. I like this one a lot. Pretty sure this is the last one I'm gonna do. There are more, but I've already shown you guys like so much. We've been here forever. This video is gonna be really long. So the plant is recovering. It's doing good. Like, look at that new leaf right there. It's about to unfurl. This has been spider mite struggle central. It just keeps trying to take this plant out. This is Anthurium pastazanum. If y'all remember, like 5 years ago, I had my giant, I grew it really big, philodendron pastazanum. I still have it up there, but it has no leaves on it, and I've just been keeping a hold of it for 2 years with no leaves. This was the cutting I took off of it. It was actually a chunk. Took the chunk off of it. I rooted it in a propagation bag. It has struggled with mites ever since, and like had many setbacks, but it's finally starting to look like a plant again. Granted, it does have damage, but that's okay. There's another growth plant over here on the side. With that new leaf is a really good size. This philodendron sizes up super well, super fast. Once it gets going, and if it doesn't have any like pest pressures or issues, it's a really good grower and really good at sizing up. Highly recommend. It is a crawler though, so I'm not sure how long I can keep it in this pot. But this is one of my favorite little light pink planters. It looks a little rough now, but I got this, I think I ordered this from Peace, Love, and Happiness Club, along with a couple other pots I had gotten 2 homes ago. From the apartment that I started my YouTube channel in. Yeah, that unboxing's on my channel somewhere. But I love it. It's faded a lot. It's like supposed to be like 3 different shades of pink, but it's kind of been through it. So yeah, it's faded. It almost just looks kind of like white now. It looks white but dirty. But I still really like it. It's a really heavy duty planter, ceramic planter with a matching drainage tray. I am really proud of him finally getting it together. This plant was really sentimental to me as well, so it was very important that I save it. I could just buy another one, but I really wanted to save this one because it's just been one of my prized plants for so many years. I just love it. So I'm really thrilled to finally have it in like an actual planter, growing, putting off this size leaf. I cannot wait to see that leaf. Probably need to go ahead and treat it again, even though it's been treated recently for spider mite, just to ensure that this leaf comes in okay and doesn't get messed up, because that's kind of what's been happening. You know, this is a new leaf off the secondary growth point right here, and it looks okay. It looks okay. So I had to throw this guy in just because, even though he's not like the prettiest right now, I love the pot and I love the plant and I'm proud of him. So there's that. Like I said, I do have some other pots that aren't in use right now that I'm like going to be doing some plant shopping and getting some really cool plants soon. So I kind of want to save those for those plants. And then I have some other cute plant pot combos, but I don't have any more time. I'm out of time, y'all. Let me grab my cold coffee. So I'm going to go ahead and end this. And yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know which plant pot combo was your favorite if you want. And I'll see you guys again soon in my next video. Bye.